salutations and welcome to the Rant Squad. I am the Water Dog. This is
the new Mr. Perfect.
And this is
also Mr. Perfect.
He stole it from me. He cheated off my report card or my test.
Don't even sound convincing either.
No, because he knows he cheated.
When you've done it 3 times, it's
Hey, but here's how bad he's been in the other weeks. He's been perfect. Hey, he's 18-0 in 3 weeks, and he's 8-10 in the other 3 weeks.
Well, look at our game pick standings. I'm at the bottom of the cellar there, brother, at 23-11, and you two guys are tied at 26-10. Y'all were 6-0. I was 4-2, but of course I was the one that really tried to stretch his picks last week.
What do you mean? I did stretch my picks. I won.
When you've been here before, you don't have to flex it. They already know.
There you go. So let's get with it. We got a 6-pack of pick'ems to pick, brother. We're doing it too. We're going to start with a really good game. I think this game's going to be a lot better than I think most people are going to think. That's going to be Seattle at Atlanta. Seattle at Atlanta. And of course, me being the Kirk Cousins guy, taking the Falcons to win the division. They're going to be playing at home in Atlanta. But I do think this game right here is a trap game. I'm going to take Atlanta, but I'm going to take it by the smallest of margins. I really think that Seattle...
So this is your almost upset?
This is my almost upset. That's the best way I can describe it, because this is the type of game, because Atlanta's been playing good the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And you've got a Seattle team that has not played well the last couple of weeks. And they've got to have a win. Okay? So sometimes you get a little bit too comfortable and the other team gets a little bit more hungry, and these are two teams that are really kind of similar. You got 2 veteran quarterbacks with young rosters and medium, type of defenses and stuff like that. So they're pretty much
2 new brand new first-year coaches.
Yep.
I agree.
And so very similar in their makeups. And so, but I'm going to take the Falcons because I still think they got the better quarterback.
I think that's the new rule on the show is you always have to take the Falcons.
I got to take. Well, I don't always have to take. The only one I'm going to always take is who?
Detroit.
The Detroit Lions. That's what I'm always going to take. So who do you got, Mr. Brandon?
When I looked at this scheduling earlier, I thought Atlanta. I sat down here, me and Clint were talking, and I just kind of said, every other week I go perfect. I go like 1-5, 2-4, change it up. So I wrote Seattle. But I'm going to change it to Atlanta. But my reasoning is because I understand this could be a close game. I think Seattle's kind of really, they're on a slide. They need to get back right. I just look at the talent on that Falcons team. I think they should win this game. I agree it's a trap game, but I think they're going to survive that trap and both lose.
Oh, both those teams got good young running backs. Both those teams got good young receivers. But they both got veteran quarterbacks. Like I said, to me, these two teams are very similar in nature. Very similar. All right, what you got, Mr. Clint?
This was the second hardest game of the week for me. It really was. And when I went to it, listen, momentum is a big thing in the NFL. It's kind of like you always say in the NBA, it's all about runs. And Seattle's tired of losing. They started out hot, they're 3-0. They've gone 0-3 in the last 3 games. It's been a tight 0-3. It's not like they've gotten blown out. I know the San Francisco game got away from them there at the end, but they were in it for most of it. They're a couple plays away, and I think exactly what you say. I saw this and said, I think Atlanta's going to be a little comfortable. I think they're starting to get a little big in the nether regions. They can pass, they can run it, but I think Seattle's going to come hungry. I think Seattle's going to win, and really what it came down to it is I agree with you. I do like to see my home field advantage, but to me, Atlanta's always been one of the places I don't think teams fear playing in Atlanta. It's kind of like they're not as bad as LA. They're not as
if you watch them at home. Since Kirk Cousins has gotten it, there's an excitement about this team.
And I know
there's fans are really
excited
about
he gets them into it.
And he's out there doing his white man dance.
Oh, I know. But I think Seattle. I think they're going to find a way to win this game. I think this is a really important game to get their season back on schedule so that they can pace the rest of their division.
Okay, all righty. So let's do it. Man, it's just some good games this week. Mm-hmm. Houston at Green Bay. At Green Bay, mind you. And I've had my doubts about Green Bay. But I'm telling you right now, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And, I've had my doubts about Houston. Houston,
I've had my doubts.
but Houston has played a lot better here in the last couple of
I
weeks.
love my Texans.
You know, they played a lot better. And you know what? I'm gonna take this as an upset. I'm gonna take the Texans. I think the Texans sweep this one. I do. I just something.
I don't think that'd be an upset, by the way, because they are favored in this game.
Are they favoring this game?
I
I
think
think
they're favored by two.
I would think that the Packers would be favored.
You would think, but Houston. I mean, a lot of people really like them.
Okay, but I'm gonna go with Houston. I just something. I'm calling this one.
Man, it'd be really interesting if we started doing this with spreads.
Oh God.
Brandon, who you got, brother?
Well, I'm looking at this game. As you've known this whole season, I've been very big on the Houston Texans, and the reason that I like them, they find a way to win. It's never pretty.
I agree.
It's never just some blowout.
The good
you know,
teams do that.
Perfect, but they find a way to win. And I think they're going to do the same exact thing in Green Bay. It will not be a pretty game. I think Stroud will throw an interception. I think it will be close. Houston will win this game by probably a field goal or a touchdown. It's going to be really close. They will find a way to win this game.
All righty. Clint, who you got?
It's another hard one. But unfortunately, where y'all zigging, I'm zagging. I'm taking Green Bay.
Oh.
They're hot. You know, I think that they were frustrated after that first loss in Week 1 to Philly, and they lost Jordan Love. But that coach and Jordan Love, they're on the same page. Jordan Love is getting healthier every week. He's making plays. They are having fun out there. I mean, when he's just throwing it up, and hey, there's Dobbs squeaking in the end zone. My fear of Houston, it's what I've been saying all year long. Why was the game even close with the Patriots? Because it was close. There was a couple times they fought back to one score.
Patriots have played a lot of these games close because their defense.
But they were starting a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And their defense it's okay, but the Texans Shred defense. Our secondary is a problem. The Texan secondary is a problem. No. I said the secondary is a problem for Week 1. You said the line. Did he not say the line was a problem?
I said the running game.
Running game. No, I said the secondary, and that was the problem. That game should not have been. I'm so my buddy asked me, why are you so mad about their 41-21 win? I said, because we should have demolished them. There were 4 turnovers. Dalton Schultz dropped a touchdown pass. Tiny missed a kick. We're giving up 50-yard bombs to the Patriots and a rookie quarterback. It frustrated me so. I'm so happy we won. We had never won in Foxborough, but Houston, for the life of me, I feel like I've yet to see them put a complete game together. And when I say complete game, it's where the defense does exactly what it's supposed to do. It doesn't give up easy things. The offense does what it needs to do, and special teams. The closest I can think is probably the Buffalo game. But again, that was a game where we got out to such a big lead, and the offense disappeared in the second half. I feel like I haven't seen them do it before. I know they're 5-1, and thank God, good teams do find a way to win. That's what Kansas City does. Kansas City doesn't win pretty anymore. They don't blow you out anymore, and maybe that's what D'Amico wants to do. That's fine. I think at some point it's got to hurt you, and it hurt him in the Minnesota game. And I think back to
the Minnesota game was just all on them.
But I'm just saying, and
that was their
guess what?
loss.
4 years ago, the Texans lost to Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. 4 years ago, the Texans played a good game against Green Bay, and they lost. And I think this Sunday they are going to lose against Green Bay with Green Bay at home.
All righty. Probably the best game of the weekend, I think. Detroit and Minnesota. And of course, I've been on board with both these teams since the very beginning. I've got them both in the playoffs. I've been high on the Vikings since the very beginning. Detroit is my Super Bowl pick. Of course, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions. But the thing to take note of is this: Minnesota's coming off a bye, and
that's
you give them 2 weeks to prepare for a team. That's just that becomes scary, and you're at home. But I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna go with Detroit. That's the Super Bowl team. That's the team I'm gonna pick. And once again, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if Minnesota's the real deal.
I already know. They are the real deal. It's just
I think they're a playoff team. But we're gonna find out if they're a Super Bowl team.
all right.
Now that's the difference. I think we know that they're gonna be a playoff team.
Yeah.
The question is, are they a Super Bowl
What's
contender?
going to hurt is I don't think they'll have Aaron Jones in the game, or he won't be fully healthy.
Okay. Brendan, who you got?
You know, I think really when looking at this game, when you're looking at these divisional games that always played so close, they're always just great games to watch. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the weekend to watch. So if there was a game you wanted to watch, definitely watch this one. I think in 2 weeks for Minnesota at home, they're going to get that crowd into it. They're always playing really tight. I think Sam Darnold is still just having his season. Until I see him fall off, I'm really liking him. You talk about MVP. He's got to go to quarterback, or I'd pick Jefferson. But I think Sam Darnold, with the way he's got Minnesota going. Detroit, I think, is on a really big high after having fun with Dallas. I think walking into that environment in Minnesota, give me the Vikings to win this game.
All
You
right.
think it's going to be like a Bill situation where they crushed Jacksonville and then they were just riding too high and got too confident?
I don't. I just think it's a divisional game. I agree. I don't think Minnesota will be able to run the ball very well. Because even if Aaron Jones does play, he's not really going to be the Aaron Jones that he normally is. But I just think at home, Minnesota, they got a good defense, 2 weeks to prepare, a great coach. Something just tells me take the Vikings in this game.
You don't think that Coach Kneecaps is not going to have this team ready to
Oh,
play?
no, they will be. But I just... Detroit, I think could, Minnesota's going to win this game. I'm not going
Does
to back
losing
them up.
Aiden Hutchinson hurt?
Yes. The best defensive player in football.
Agree with that. Does it hurt? Yes, of course it hurts. You lose a top 2 player at his position. There's no doubt it hurts. Do I think it hurts here? And I'm going to say no. And I think Detroit's going to win, mainly because I don't think the Vikings are fully healthy yet. They still don't have T.J. Hawkinson. Aaron Jones will be a little hobbled. However, I think Detroit's going to win. But I think it's going to be a better game later in the year when they play in Detroit and Minnesota's fully healthy.
I think Detroit wins that. I think
You
they
say,
split them. I think
very
Minnesota
possible.
and they'll win.
I think Detroit is focused. I don't think they'll let what happened to Buffalo happen to them. I think they're going to go in and without the running game, and I think they're going to win. That's all I'll say. I agree with you.
All right.
It's the best game because we're really, we're all three.
Yeah,
of
no,
us.
see, that wasn't the hardest game. This next one was the hardest one for me.
Really?
Super Bowl rematch, baby. Here we go. Kansas City at San Francisco. And it is the Super Bowl rematch. And right now, I just think the 49ers are playing better football than the Chiefs. Chiefs,
Not by record.
record, whatever. Playing, how they're playing overall, I just think the 49ers are playing football. Plus, you've got the revenge factor of the Super Bowl. They're playing at home. I'm going to go 49ers. 49ers. Brendan, who you got?
So when I was really looking at this game and looking at the schedule, I think, me and Clinton I talked about earlier, this is Kansas City's real, I think, tough challenge.
So,
Every game in the NFL is tough, but I think this is probably one of their tough last ones to get through. And something just tells me take the 49ers in this game. Because if Kansas City does win, we could be looking at an undefeated season. I think a lot more.
I think it'd be the best shot since Green Bay. A while back.
But give me the 49ers. I do think the revenge game, I wish they could do it in the Super Bowl for once. Win that one. But I think in the regular season, San Francisco is going to win.
Yeah.
So I thought about this, and I've waffled, and I've waffled, and I've waffled, and I've waffled. I really have. But I think back in some of the biggest games, I can remember Super Bowl rematches where we had it in the immediate season. And I think there's 3 that come to mind. There's the Panthers and the Broncos, where that was a sickening Super Bowl loss because you felt like Cam gave up. And then they demolished the Broncos in the season opener that year. You had the Eagles and the Chiefs last year. The Eagles were crushed. They're one throw away. If they just even get a chance to have the ball again, I feel like they win that game. Jalen Hurts is unstoppable. That offense. What happens? They come back. They beat them, and I think the same thing's going to happen. I think San Francisco's going to win this game. I can't believe we're all 3 going against the Chiefs. I've waffled, and really what did it was San Francisco's at home, and I think the Chiefs are going to have to win.
Yeah.
All right. Another big one, man. Here we go. Jets, Steelers. Playing in Pittsburgh. they suck so much. This is a horrible team, and you can sit there and think that Aaron Rodgers is your savior. I just haven't seen it yet. And until I see it, they're going up against one of the best defenses, and we're going to find out who he blames after this game.
Okay.
We're going to find out who he blames after this game.
Who will get traded?
Because here's the thing: if Aaron Rodgers is what he's supposed to be, there's no reason why they're not scoring 28 to 30 points against the Steelers.
Okay.
So we're going to find out. Pittsburgh wins this game.
Okay.
I can see a lot of reasons you'd put the New York Jets to win this game. I think Russell Wilson possibly starting for the Steelers. Devontae Adams going to the Jets. They got this new coach. Maybe it's a 1 week delay on that really spark that comes from the interim coach. But I will never pick the New York Jets on this show because I'm just so disgusted with them. So give me the Steelers. I'll go 5-1, but I'll be darned if I pick the Jets.
Glenn's taking the Jets. I'm just going to write it down.
Taking the Jets, baby. Listen,
His bromance.
it's not a bromance. I'm just convinced. I hate it too. Trust me, I hate it, but I'm just convinced. One thing I think that's going to hurt is I actually think it's going to be a negative that Russell Wilson comes back and immediately starts. So I'm taking the Jets. We can move on.
Have they already decided that Russell Wilson's going to start?
Yeah, that's what I read today. He's getting first team reps and intentions to start.
But do you think you'll have a leash with Tomlin, a veteran coach with a good defense? Do you
I don't know.
think it?
No, I think Russell plays the whole game unless it just gets bad. He'll play the whole game.
Because the problem is with Pittsburgh, they can't, I don't think, offensively fall behind. So I think you get 2 or 3 series in and it don't look good, you got to change it. We'll find out.
The problem with Fields is that he just can't throw the football. He's a very likable person. He runs the football well. He's just not active.
But I thought winning is what mattered.
It's just not active.
But I thought winning was what mattered, and he's 4-2.
Well, you can say that about Tim Tebow, and people got rid of Tim Tebow too. Yeah, and there's a reason why you're 4-2.
Yes, sir. All reason you argue Bill O'Brien's a good coach. He won. Okay, well, Justin Fields is winning, and I have a problem with a guy being 4-2 and they're playing good football. The Dallas loss is not on him.
The offense has been stagnant. I mean, the offense isn't
They're
really
doing enough
anything.
to win.
They're doing enough to win. We'll
And
see.
I think that's the only reason to change it is I think they feel like they're going to have a higher ceiling with Russell. It depends on what Russell you. If you get Seattle Russell Wilson, sure. You get Detroit,
I don't know until you get him out there.
Yep.
But he played better than Justin Fields in the preseason.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's move it to it, bro. Did you have something else on that?
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
And it's because I don't think we'll ever see Seattle Russell Wilson. I don't know what has gone on with him mentally. So I think Pittsburgh, they're going to play old Steeler football. They're going to run it, they're going to play good defense, and they're just going to slowly win that game.
Okay.
Last big game, bro. Ravens and Buccaneers. Baltimore and Tampa Bay. And, man, I'm going against my preseason prognostications. I had the Ravens winning the division. I didn't even have the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Like I did.
I'm going to tell you what right now. I think the Buccaneers win this game. I really do. And I think the reason is simply because they're playing at home. To me right now, Baker is playing the best at the position of any quarterback.
Okay.
I just think that the way he's guiding that team, and it's not just simply the ability to throw the football and his ability to run the football, it's just his team leadership. If you just listen to him and you see how the players around him, he's just really galvanized this team.
I don't disagree. This team has embraced him.
And so I think this is going to be a good testing ground for the Buccaneers. And I just got a feeling they're just going to win this game. I got Buccaneers. This is one of them. Once again, a lot of these games this week for me is just
They're close. They're all hard.
Yep. So who you got, Mr. Brendan?
So when we have teams against Tampa so far this season, we had the Eagles, and I said that Tampa Bay would throw the ball, shoot it out. They wouldn't be able to run with Saquon Barkley. I can't remember what the other team was that they played. I said the same thing.
We had Tampa and Atlanta.
That one. I think the script is going to flip here. I think if the Ravens can run it so well and throw it, I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this game. Because they will be able to run the ball to slow down Tampa Bay's offense, but if Tampa Bay gets out early, they have the offense to match the points. And so give me Baltimore to win this one. it's going to be a very high scoring game, I think.
All right.
Baltimore playing the second best football in the league right now. They're going to.
All right. So you guys are on the Ravens, and I've got the Bucks, and it's like we got two of us on the Steelers and Clint's on the Jets. All of us. I got San Francisco. Me and Clint are on Detroit. You're taking the Vikings. And then we've got me and Brendan on Houston. Clint's on Green Bay. Me and Clint on Atlanta. Me and Brendan on Atlanta. And Clint's got Seattle. So we're going to see how all this falls, brother.
I'm going 4-2 this week.
4-2 this week?
That's what I think.
I really have no idea how.
Yeah,
To me, I can see a winner from both sides in every game except for literally the Pittsburgh game. I just don't see the Jets winning that game. If the Jets win that game, that to me will be the shocking victory. We'll be talking about it next week.
Can't wait!
When the Jets lose, I'm not even going to talk about it because I'm just going to talk
Oh,
about it.
I definitely will. I definitely will talk about it.
Okay.
Gang, that's all we got time for with the Red Squad. I'm the Water Dog. This is
The new Mr. Perfect, Clint Jordan.
and this is
We're doing all right.
and we are out of here.